Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Joseph, and I'm here to explain number 4, I believe, on your homework. Let's check it real quick. Number 4. All right. So I know when you do this problem, you're going to see all the rings in the uh, polar graph, but I just needed to kind of zoom out of that just to kind of give you a different visual of what's going on and to help us out. So we have a tire. And we know that when we look at the problem, it's 0 degrees is right here. And this is called the polar axis. And we know that from the problem that the ground is right here. So the polar coordinate is like the bottom of the car, And the ground is the bottom of the tire. Okay? So some facts about the problem is the tire is going counterclockwise. And we know that the radius of the tire, which was given to us in the problem, is 15. So when I look at this problem, okay, this is 15, 15, 15, 15. Cool. I'm going to erase those. Wanted to show you that that's the radius. Also, a radius is defined as any point from the center to the outside of a circle. So now let's get to the problem. So if the tire makes a complete revolution from the ground in 30 seconds, what is a rectangular point formed after 65 seconds? So what that means is one revolution means that I go around once. That's going to take me 30 seconds. And let's say that I wanted to make another revolution. Take me another 30 seconds. So we're looking at 60 seconds. And now I only have 5 seconds left. So in 5 seconds, we want to figure out how far I can travel and what is the rectangular point. So remember, this is the bottom of the tire. So in 5 seconds, let's think about it. If it takes you 30 seconds to complete one revolution, what is 5 in comparison to 30? That is 1/6. So in order to complete 1/6 of the revolution, that's going to take you 5 seconds. So if I know that 1/6 of a revolution is equivalent to 5 seconds, then I know that 1/6 of 360 degrees is where my point is going to end up. So if I do 1/6 of 360, that is 60 degrees. So what's that saying is if this is the bottom, this brown point, I'm going to move this 60 degrees. So my tire point is moving 60 degrees, and that is 1/6 of a revolution. So if we look at this as a coordinate grid now in a rectangular, we want to know what is this? This x comma y, what is this point? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to zoom in and I'm just going to draw this. It looks like a slice of pizza. If you know that from your bottom point, you're rotating 60 counterclockwise, I hope that we can see that this right here is 60 degrees. Because if I'm moving from my brown point, which is right here, just to emphasize it, and I'm moving 1/6, which is 60 degrees, we can see that that swing forms 60 degrees. Also, in red, do we see that this right here and this right here is also 90 degrees? Okay, so now, another interesting thing here is you want to find out what is x and what is y. So what people kind of forget is if I'm at 0 and I move this way, this will tell you the x value. Because whatever coordinate point is here, do you see that that x is going to match whatever number this is? That is the x value. So do we see that this part, I'm going to make it a little thinner. If I draw this triangle, do we see that this blue part if we can find out what is this length, then we're going to know what the x value is. Because from 0 to all the way to the right to where this triangle ends, which it ends right over here, whatever x value is right here, that's the x value that we're going to have. Same thing with our y. So we want to find out what our y value is. So we want to find out from here to here. So I'm going to shade this in black right now. From here to here, if we can find out what this y value is, then we're going to know what this is. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use 30, 60, 90 triangle here. And you're thinking, wait, where's this 30, 60, 90 triangle? Well, this triangle is perpendicular because this is a horizontal line. This is a vertical line. So we know that's 90. I already showed you earlier that from here and here, that this whole thing is 90. So doesn't that mean that this has to be 30? And then that makes this 60. So what you might not have noticed is the fact that that pink line, which I'm going to highlight again right here, this is actually our radius. And you actually know that the length of this is 15. Because any point from the middle to the outside of a circle, that's our radius. So we know that's 15. So the part that you have to remember now is you have to remember this. So if this is 30, this is 60. Do you remember on the unit circle that this was a half, this was square root of 3 over 2, and this was 1? If you look at our radius on our picture, our radius is 15. So that means I need to multiply all of these by 15. And when I do that, do you see that I'm going to get, let's use green, 15, 7.5, and 7.5 square root of 3. So those are the actual lengths of this triangle. So I'm going to go here, 7.5, 7.5 square root of 3. So our x value here is actually 7.5 square root of 3. And once again, if you missed y, remember this. If this is 0 and I'm moving horizontally, that's going to tell you what the x value is. So from the 0 all the way to the right at where this spot meets, we know that's 7.5 square root of 3. But our y value, which I told you earlier, was this black part, which is from right here to here. We now know that this part right here is 7.5, but the part we actually know but might not see directly is that, do we see that this part right here matches 15? Because if our center is right here, and then we go all the way here, do we see that this is 15? So if this part is 15 and this part is 7.5, then we know that our y value is going to be 22.5. And our final answer is 7.5 square root of 3, comma 22.5. And that corresponds to the point that we were looking for, which is this right here. I know it can seem a little confusing. There's a lot of moving parts here. I think the big thing is go step by step and ask yourself, why did I make each move? And if you're still having trouble, like, talk with a peer. And if you watch the same video together, I feel like you'll be able to figure it out together. Hope this helps. Until next time.